Oh, brilliant. All right. Well, welcome to the first episode of the Right Angle Pod. My name is Cam.
I'm Matt.
We didn't plan this intro. And in all honesty, to be completely fair, we just recorded a whole other episode and decided it was garbage. So we're re-recording another one just with a bit of a different focus.
Yeah, and a better idea this time.
Yeah, and a better idea. So we're just going to kind of be using this as a bit of a weekly or every 2-week recap, a fortnight, if you will, a fortnightly recap just of our weeks and our time starting and running this company, which I feel like that's something that maybe we would have loved to have been able to see starting our business. I mean, we really did just start, but I think...
Literally, we've only been live a week.
Yeah.
Like a week today.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Feels like longer.
You'll have to cut that out.
Yes. That is the running joke, is that we keep saying, oh, I'll have to cut that out. Are you going to cut that out? We'll have to cut that out.
You'll have to cut it out. Nah, that's fine. Okay. Nope. Sorry.
Yeah. Matt has a big swearing problem, so we're going to have to figure that one out.
It's not a big swearing problem. It's a cultural thing. My family is English.
Your family is British. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, the whole idea of this is we're going to be recapping our week and kind of discussing things that went really, really well, things that went really, really bad, things we're excited about.
Yeah, things we learned, things we didn't, things we should have done.
Yeah, and it's all going to be a bit of a race against the clock, so we're going to start a timer now, and we'll chat away.
Where do you want to start? You want to start literally like a week before we launched, or right on launch date?
No, let's start on launch date.
So we built up a business plan.
Yes.
And then we kind of had like a side plan going as well that wasn't just a business plan. And then we changed names. We bought 2 domains.
We did do that, yep.
I mean, they're only $12, so that wasn't so bad.
That's one thing that I didn't really realize is I kind of had it in my head that websites are going to be pretty expensive, but things have been set up to, at least for the domains, like obviously like the expense of setting up your website's a bit different, but like the domain itself's pretty cheap.
And and ours, it is very basic, but it's just a startup, right?
For sure.
And I'm sure once we start making the big dollars, we're going to reinvest it into a better website and other cameras, more gear. And then a week before we launched, we had ideas of like some ads and some content that we wanted to put up.
Yep.
And then we went out and recorded them.
Yep.
Edited them.
Mm-hmm. Went back and forth on that a little bit, but not too bad.
Yeah. Because we could have launched, but I didn't want to, I feel like it looks so bad launching your website with no content on it.
We wanted to be sure that we were going to be able to populate our website with something that showed our abilities, so that if people are coming to our website, it doesn't just look like coming soon. Like that shows nobody anything.
Yeah, it's true. And like it's actually done really well. I don't know if it's because like everybody's mom under the sun has started sharing our reels, but
it's got to be a little bit of the honeymoon phase. I think people are just excited, which is great. Like we're excited. So.
Yeah. But I mean, our Facebook page has seen almost 3,000 accounts.
Yeah.
Instagram is following close behind with like my video has 1,600 plays. Yours only went up yesterday. Hasn't even been up 24 hours, and it's got 700. I think the last I looked.
Yeah.
Which is good. And then that's more traffic to our Instagram page.
Yeah.
Which would be close to 1,300 accounts have looked at it.
Something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Been looking at the friggin' analytics every day, every minute.
Yeah, he's bad for that.
I'm a little obsessed with it.
But I mean, I feel like for us, there's been a huge kind of learning curve in terms of, at least for myself, I guess I can't really speak for you, but I've come from a situation of working under other people in my career, and it's been interesting kind of like switching my brain to thinking in terms of working for myself and trying to be able to understand all the different things, all the different moving parts that you don't really see.
Yeah, like registering your business,
Mm-hmm.
like you have to do it through the Ontario government, but that's not your business number. That's just what do they call it? A BIN?
So
business identification number.
Yeah, so you register it with the government of Ontario, but then you're not registered with the federal government, so you have to go through and do that, which was a bit of a challenge because I don't know if it fully, if we just weren't doing it right. I really have no idea. But I just ended up just calling them and saying, "Hey, I need help," and it worked out in the end. I wasn't.
Calling CRA is always a bit of a challenge, though, isn't it?
It was actually fine. I just called and they had like a half-hour wait time, so I just left my number and they called me back.
Oh, but that's kind of that is like a good point to try and like stay focused, because it is when you start working for yourself, you can't, like, nobody's there telling you what to do. You have to stay focused and do it yourself.
For sure.
Yeah.
But like when we're just doing stuff for ourselves, there's definitely a bit of the like, well, I'm gonna just do it later.
Yeah.
So, but I think we've both been pretty good.
Yeah, I
all
think
things
so.
considered. We
Yeah.
keep each other pretty accountable. Like when we were editing our ads, like I wanted to get them done so that you would be able to watch them.
Yeah.
So like we do kind of have each other in that sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we both understand that we both bring a different perspective and like a different idea to the business. And like let's like when you were off, like it took me a bit longer to edit my ads, but I was doing a few other things behind the scenes for it.
For sure.
I can't tell you what they were.
Yeah.
But I know I was doing something.
Yeah, I know. We both bring different things and different skill sets. Like in terms of like we're both pretty organized, but I think like I'm definitely a little bit more type A than you are. So we kind of bring different disciplines to how we do things.
You said type A, and I was like, what would I describe myself as type B? And then I was like, I don't really know what the types are. So like,
I think you kind of float, like from what I understand, you probably float in between because you are pretty like, if you need to get stuff done, you get it done. But I would say like in your regular life, you're not as regimented as I am in
No,
terms of like
definitely not.
of the things you do. Like
No.
I do stick to a bit of a routine and things bother me a lot if I don't do them kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
that
which
does.
might be just a touch of like, I like to, as our friend Finbar once said, I feel like I have a normal amount of OCD, so I'm gonna just roll with that.
Yeah. So our ads did really well.
Mhm.
We started posting.
Yep.
We did some Facebook ads.
Yep.
We're in the process of Google ads, trying to get them approved.
Yeah, getting all our AdWords sorted and like all the
meta
keywords
words.
on our website and stuff like that. Those are those like I actually didn't even really stop to consider those things that you need to be tagging your words properly so that your site is coming up as people are looking things up, and obviously you want to be at the top of that list or close to the top of that list when people are looking up
Yeah, exactly.
videography and things like that.
Yeah, and like labeling everything was something that I didn't think of. Like,
For sure.
I think you put your photos up and you're like, oh, that looks really good.
Yeah.
And then, but
But
how's
Google doesn't know what it is.
no, how's the
Yeah.
internet gonna know?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, obviously AI is getting a little insane right now, but it's still like there still isn't that human element to things
no,
too. So
no, it's true.
it's not really gonna know. Like AI doesn't know where Kingston, Ontario is.
Yeah, tagging all your photos, all your video, all your content, and then like alt texting and meta tags, and there's everything that you need to do to make sure that when somebody searches a word, that your name is the first one that pops up.
For sure.
In there. In
Yeah,
that
because
realm.
Google doesn't know what a picture is, like, or what the picture is of. It knows what a picture is, but it doesn't know what it is of. So you need to describe what the picture is so
Yeah.
that when people are looking things up, Google can go, oh, well, this picture's that, and throw that picture up.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
just those little things, and I think it was interesting in terms, or for us to just learn these like little subtle like things. We've never started a business, so we started this from scratch. So it was interesting, kind of just all the things we like sat down and like made a list of the things we should do, and it just kept getting longer and longer and
Yeah,
longer.
yeah,
We're
and
like,
then-
okay.
Yeah, and then we'd sit down and we'd do a little bit, and then by the time we'd finished doing some stuff, the list was even longer because we just kept adding to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think we've done well to kind of work through the list, and there's some things I think that we've pushed off to the side. You do as you go along. It's easy to kind of decide the importance of things as well. A big thing for us was getting gear to start. I think we did well to find lots of used gear that's in good shape.
Yeah, we actually did, we budgeted it out for everything brand new, and
We came in well under anyway.
Yeah, like really good gear. Like
Yeah.
it's quality. It's not like it didn't fall off the back of a truck or anything like that.
Yeah, it's not shady. It's not procured in a shady way. We're pretty sure these people all purchased it themselves.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Which is
But
good.
It's always a risk with Facebook Marketplace. You can never really tell sometimes.
No,
but
it's true. I love the 70-200 though.
yeah,
Like
it's cool. It's a good lens.
chasing the deer around with the 70-200, that was good.
Did you have the 70-200 on for that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can't get close.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
16-35. Could you imagine?
Woo!
Like right up the deer's nostril.
Hello.
Yeah, they weren't having it.
No, they weren't. You chased them in a bit of a circle. I think they were.
Yeah, that was strategic. I feel like
Yeah.
if I was an animal in the wild, I'd make a pretty good animal.
Oh my god, you are
Think
an animal.
about it, right? Like
You're-
if I was a predator for the deer, then I was like, I think they're going this way.
Yeah.
And I shuffled around.
Yeah.
Saw a woodpecker.
Yeah, you did see a woodpecker.
Yeah. And then because I knew where you were, and they like it was just like a cliff. So you're either gonna go off the cliff or you're gonna circle back and go back
Right.
to where we were.
Yeah.
And I knew that they weren't gonna go back to where you were because we already startled them.
Yeah.
So
And
if I
luckily
got-
I had moved too.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Because they walked up past me, and then kind of went down a little lower.
Yeah,
And
to
then
the point where you couldn't see them.
yeah, I couldn't see them anymore. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go see if I could find you because I wasn't really sure where you were. You had just like taken off.
Yeah,
You're like, I'm gonna go find him.
Yeah,
I was like, all right.
Drop the bag and just
Yeah.
went.
And then so I went down and waited down off. We were like up on a bit of a hill, and then you would like drop the bag down in a bit of a gully. And so I went down there and waited. And then luckily I did because they came back around and they walked across past me, but they were up above. So I don't know that they really saw me too much. And I was protected from the wind because we were upwind of them.
Yeah.
And so they were getting like every time the wind blew, they were like looking at me. So
yeah. And when they were walking back that way, I was down below them. There's like a hump.
Yeah.
And I could actually see like I've got a couple of shots of just like their head poking over the rock.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. But that was really cool.
Well, we're just like right now just trying to find ways to build content for ourselves.
Yeah.
This being one of those ways, whether it turns into anything or not, we'll find out.
Yeah. Because the key to having any online presence is like consistency.
For
right?
sure.
So
We're trying to be as consistent as possible. Obviously, even the best laid plans sometimes don't quite work out, but that's okay.
no. Just why we're doing a second take of this podcast.
That's true. We did just like really get on here and thought that we could like just talk about whatever. And then we realized we were like, ooh, this really is nothing.
I mean, it was a half an hour of talking.
Yeah.
And there weren't any like
Yes.
lulls.
But just because we entertain ourselves doesn't mean we'd entertain other people.
No, I'm sure nobody gives a shit about two white guys that started another podcast.
That's fair. My life is feeling very together because I did get groceries last night, which is usually when my life feels most together.
I need to get groceries.
Do you?
Yeah.
What are you gonna get?
I need to get cheese for a charcuterie
Oh, that's
board.
right. For a charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Oh God, what kind of cheese are you gonna get? Swiss?
I don't know.
Gouda? Brie?
Marble?
Marble?
I don't know.
Did I ever tell you? So, Matt and I, we met in college, and then we went on and did a year of our schooling in Ireland, and we met this really lovely Belgian girl named Emma, who's coming to visit us this summer. And she came 2 summers ago. Was when she came last.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she like loves grocery stores for whatever reason, and so she really wanted me to take her to the grocery store. So I took her to No Frills, and we were looking at the cheese section. And she just like wanted to just walk up and down every aisle and like see what food we have that they don't have, which is a lot because we have very like Americanized food here,
Yeah.
obviously. And
Obviously.
obviously. And then she was looking at the cheese section, and I guess they don't really have marbled cheese in Europe. And
Really?
yeah, she was like floored about the marble cheese.
Oh,
I know.
probably.
She's
probably
like,
not
what is that?
Belgium.
No.
I feel like marble's pretty common in England.
Yeah, I feel like it probably is. I feel like I saw it when we lived in Ireland. The
Yeah.
Tesco's like
Yeah.
brand and like the Ziploc baggie.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Right?
Yeah, but she just like I guess probably wasn't paying attention then, and then she did pay attention to it. She's like, marble cheese, what is that? I was like, it's just like 2 types of cheese pressed together. What do you think cheese is? It's just like little bits of
Mold.
not mold.
It is mold. Cheese is mold. It's a form of mold, isn't it?
It's more of like a byproduct though.
A byproduct of mold?
No, a byproduct of dairy because it's. I'm not even going to try to explain this to you.
No.
I'm not. That's like buttermilk is just a byproduct of butter, of the butter process.
So does that mean almond milk is a byproduct of almonds?
Yeah, technically.
Making almonds?
Well, it's not like a byproduct because how do you make an almond? You grow it. You don't make it.
Yeah, but almonds, how do you get milk from an almond?
So you grind it up and you soak it in water, and then it takes on the
It's just water.
essentially. Well, it's almondy water, yeah, but it takes on.
It's not even milk then.
That's not up for you to decide. I don't think.
I don't need to. I've already decided.
Well, I don't think you're like the voice on almond milk.
No, I'm not the voice, but I have a voice about it.
Oh, okay. See, this is the problem with white dudes with podcasts. We think we should have an opinion on things that we don't need to have an opinion on.
Like almond milk.
It's true. It's true. Or like an oat.
Oh yeah, oat milk. I didn't even think of that. How many types of milk are there?
What?
Probably like 1 million types of milk.
Well, I'm pretty sure you could probably turn anything into milk. God, you're gonna make this so much work for me. I have to edit so much out. God.
We should put it on the dark web.
The dark web? Do you think I have access to the dark web?
No.
Joke's on you. When I was here for the Super Bowl, you were in the kitchen being about your chicken.
Oh yeah, that was dumb.
That was dumb. And then I was sitting here with Brandon and Nicole, and you were just being such an idiot. And I looked over at them and I went, what have I gotten myself into? And they went, well, I think you know. You've been friends with him long enough.
Yeah.
You've probably spent more time with him than I think I've spent probably more time with you in the past 8 years than like most people have.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
So
yeah,
which is a bit of a scary thought.
you've read the disclaimer.
Oh, you have, yeah. I wrote it. I have to read the disclaimer to people we meet.
That's probably a good call.
Yeah.
He may offend you.
Yeah. They only let me take him out on Tuesdays.
It's Friday though.
That's why we're in your home. That's why we're not recording this at my house.
No.
Oh, my camera's about to die. I feel like we should just wrap this up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wrap her up.
Yeah. It's been a great starting process. We are here. We're happy to be here, and we're excited to record more podcasts.
We'll see where
hopefully.
it goes.
Yeah, we'll see. This could just turn into nothing because that last half was just us talking about cheese. So.
Yeah.
Do you like cheese? Why, yes, my favorite's Gouda.
Is this our outro?
Yeah, bye. See ya.
Bye.
Oh, brilliant.